Hail and well-met travelers. Welcome back to Fate in Space. Allow us to join our friends in the room. Hello there.
Hi.
Most merrily greetings. We did indeed take a few days off, so quick reminder, our crew just escaped Wiley and his general bullshit explosion as you were all being chased by the Lizard Assassin. Mr. Ryder, having told you to trust him, he will indeed take care of this, dove on in to the base, and we are now cutting to a further moment in time. Gigi, being the exquisite pilot that you are, it wasn't really too much of an issue for, you to escape from the Lesnar Assassin. He's definitely a pain in the ass, but with the Kabuto and the blessings that Nara bestowed upon us with stealing the engine, you guys can pretty much outrun anyone you need to. Unfortunately, with our captain's words echoing, he did say to trust me, I got this. It has been approximately 1 week since that day, and you guys still have not heard from Ryder, but we do have to trust our captain. Gigi, something you've been waiting for, has reared its wonderfully beautiful head, actually. Do you know what that something is?
Screw the captain! We're going racing!
All right.
Gigi.
As you can see,
Gigi.
she's very let down by this. With a heavy heart.
I feel so much love.
Gigi.
This race for all my life.
Gigi.
This is how she copes.
No, you have no desire to do anything else?
Oh, fine, we have a little bit of time to pick up the captain, but he hasn't messaged us. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, I guess that's a good point. He did say, actually, what did he say? I don't remember.
Basically, I got this. You can trust me. And according to all your guys' data, there's no point in going back. He's not there. It's not there. The general base, obviously, it's supposed to move and just be undetectable. But were you to run a scan, it would come up completely blank.
You know what? All right. Might as well move on until he comes back.
Indeed. So for now, we're indeed jumping into a race. And this is not just a race. This is the race. So if you're going to take your mind off things and sort of relax, this will be the one time to do it. Gigi, you've heard of this one through the slipstream. This is one of the, if not the largest galaxy race that you're probably going to take part of, and most people with their semi-limited lifespan can actually join. There's a rare Starstream that only shows itself every few hundred years. Riding on this Starstream pretty much can take you throughout this galaxy and the next and the next and the next. It will shoot you all over the place. Part of the fun is we have no idea where we're going to end up, and that brings all types of racers. You're all up for the challenge.
So excited!
Woohoo. Just kidding. It's fine. I'm here for you, Gigi. Whatever you need.
I'm afraid I need Liam right now to cool down.
Okay, absolutely. I will walk away.
You do that.
She needs you to not be present.
Ooh. Nara's like, bleh. I gotta go.
Pukes elsewhere.
Dork.
Alrighty. And so, much like with the other race, this one is not just a straight race. All of you will be inside the Kabuto, so we're racing the bigum, not our little pods, so we're all working...
Hold up, I'm racing Kabuto?
With the engines on this thing?
Oh my, alright. Is
the forbidden race. The forbidden vehicle.
Is Kabuto gonna be able to punch it hard enough with her boyfriend not on board?
She'll do her best.
We are not dating.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hey, Kabuto?
She could still miss you.
Kabuto?
I will say during this time, if you guys were to bring up, we should go get the captain, or et cetera, she's just come back to you basically saying, scans find nothing, we should trust in what he requested of us.
Oh, well, I was just going to ask if he was your boyfriend.
You receive a very awkward laugh at that and a, no, that is a funny joke though, Nara, thank you.
Thanks, I really worked on it.
Pointedly ignores whatever Gigi just asked.
Okay, then.
All right, we don't want to make Kabuto uncomfortable now.
Indeed.
Moving on.
So, as I mentioned, like with the other races, this is not just a race. So all of you will be working together inside the Kabuto against all these other ne'er-do-wells, and there will be quite a few of them. If if you guys want, we can try to get our brains running, and I'll go ahead and ask you guys. We can come up with the most ridiculous names for the racers. I'll ask you guys when you decide to bump into them. Otherwise, they're more of a side attraction, because there are indeed so many. The general goal that you guys know is you're going to go from zone to zone, and as you do, a mission will be sent to you. So you do not know ahead of time what you need to accomplish. So obviously, we have our Aldrich magics, we have our fate points, everything's been rejuvenated. Were you to take any damage, it would hit the Kabuto specifically, and not you guys. Kabuto's at full HP, so we're set and good there. In terms of stats, your shoot is going to be your shoot, etc., etc. So, Mr. Ryder, since you're not here, you can use the Kabuto stats. Basically, everything will be shoot for the most part, and the shoot of the Kabuto is currently 3. So if you're ever doing something, boosting someone, buffing, basically just roll shoot off the Kabuto cheek. Perfect. Alrighty, the only one that you need to worry about is shoot.
Did I roll it? I did roll it.
You did.
I just wanted to see if I could do it. Sorry.
Oh, cool. It even says rolled by Megan, and it just shows
Yeah.
the color. I think that's new, because it used to just show the color. Very cool. All right, nice. And with that, our merry little group will go ahead and head straight to the raceway. GG, this is your chance to shine, and you are lined up with approximately 100 other racers. So like I said, it's packed. People are betting left, right, and center. Real excited. There are huge, just like floating projected monitors everywhere, showing off everyone's ship on the side decal. Let me shoot it over to Ryder. What's the name of a ship we see off to the side that you recognize?
What's the ship I see to the right of us?
Yeah, what do you see?
The Electric Dart.
Ooh, all right. Nara, what do you see?
The Swift Penny.
Oh, that one's that's a spicy one. And Gigi?
Zazzlefraz.
A fan favorite. Truly, Zazzlefraz is a fan favorite. The Swift Penny, not many people are bidding on that one because they're like, well, he's got some form of currency in his name. So is that like a jinx to vote for them? I don't know about that one.
Their odds are like 1,000 to 1.
Does that mean
I make sure to bet on them.
I'm about to say, does that mean you, well, I'll make sure you land in the top 3. We'll see how this plays out. Alrighty, and with that, unlike the other race, I'm not going to necessarily keep track of how far you guys are, so I won't just have one of you keep rolling pilot. The 3 of you will work together to get past whatever's in front of you. So I'm going to throw random obstacles at you. People are going to be getting in your way, shooting at you. You're going to get through the obstacle itself. All this extra nonsense. And as per usual, I'll throw everybody in the initiative tracker. But you don't need to worry about rolling pilot unless it's to do something specific, basically. So that means, Georgiana, as the pilot, you're not going to be rolling pilot every round to move forward. That's boring.
But I like rolling pilot.
It'll happen naturally if you want to roll pilot to do
He
something.
loves rolling pilot.
To do something cool. That sounds more fun to me. Wouldn't you agree? See? Wow. Why did you? Why? That's a really good roll. Okay.
You're wasting all your good rolls.
End on 3.
No, I wasted one good roll.
End on 3 because you started good. You ended kind of shitty. That's a good place to stop. Meaning your next roll might be a little shitty, but it's okay. Alrighty. On that note, I'm going to immediately contradict myself. And much like the last time a giant number appears before the screen, I'll just refer to you as Kabuto for today's session, Mr. Mans. Slightly awkward. If you guys need to ask the Kabuto a question, I'll have him answer. But if it's something that's like GM Kabuto, I guess just specify and I can answer. Just let me know.
Wait, can we hear Ryder's Kabuto voice?
What would
I mean, you
Ryder?
got to ask Kabuto a question.
Indeed, this
Hey,
is true.
Kabuto, how are you feeling about our chances?
Our chances are great.
That's pretty good.
Perfect.
That was good. Nicely done.
Alrighty, and with the countdown, knowing that our chances are absolutely perfect, we can't mess this up. Georgiana, I'm going to immediately contradict myself and ask you to roll pilot. But before that, Nara and Kabuto, if you guys want to secretly prep anything to make sure we can get off the starting line extra spicy, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll start with Nara.
GG requests something explosive.
So predictable.
I'm sorry.
All I am is a tinkerer to you.
No, you're more than that, boo.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I wanted to
Unappreciated.
get some like nitro boosts or whatever. to
Ready?
make the jet fuel.
Sure. Roll me some of that spicy craft then. Alrighty. Excellent. GG, I'll say this will give you a +2, and these are all usable just the one time. Kabuto, what would you like to offer to GG in the beginning?
I'm gonna use a propulsion blast on either side of the Kabuto, sending a big wave at the ship, so it kind of knocks them off course.
Sure, go ahead and roll me shoot. Alrighty, excellent. Georgiana, please roll me pilot, and we'll add a +3 to that. Beautiful. That smells like a 7 to me, and as is tradition with Georgiana and her excellent piloting skills, we get a wonderful 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with various dancers and people posing and they're waving flags and such, and all types of languages and numbers. Auto translators all firing off and going wild. And on 0, propulsions go off. NOS is activated. Georgiana, you hit the boosters, and off you all go. Instantly, the road, if you want to call it that, ahead of you is a spectral wave of stars. You know, upon hitting this, you're all going to be transported to the first area. It takes not a moment to get there. You just need a simple boost, and we hit it. The Kabuto shakes, and suddenly, you and all the other drivers are sort of plopped off somewhere in space. The Kabuto's scanners are attempting to right us and figure out precisely where we are, but maybe we should have suited more towards weapons as of current. And up ahead of you all, you see a massive wave of trash. And when I say massive, I mean like imagine the ocean, except instead of water, it's all garbage just flowing through space as far as you can see to the left and to the right.
Kabuto, dragon mode!
Did you say dragon mode?
I did.
You receive a very quick message, not from the Kabuto, but from the people holding the race. Your first objective in this opening area is just to avoid the junk and get to the other side. Easy.
There's definitely a catch.
Of course. And with that, we'll do our usual popcorn initiative. This is more so you guys against the world and also the arena. So we'll kind of just play it off like that. There's literally too much going on to keep track of all the individual drivers. So if you guys choose to shoot at quote unquote a driver, that can definitely boost you forward. That can be used as, you know, an invoke of something to push you guys forward. So it's not completely wasted. I'll give it pluses to how far we are and how good we're doing. So keeping people away from us is a good idea. Getting too aggressive, not the best idea. So there will be no wasted actions. Do what you think is fun and sounds cool. Miss Pilot, Georgiana, since you are indeed at the helm, I'll give you the first action, whatever you want it to be. There's a huge curling wave of garbage just rippling up. What do you do?
I'm gonna ride the wave like a surfboard.
All right. Is this a pilot situation?
Definitely.
All right, we'll use this to get ahead. You're going straight in. You see people around you are starting to second guess this. They're not so sure. And with a 3, you're able to beat the general challenge. An overcome roll. The first one would have been a simple 2, so you fly right past this. And Georgiana taking the lead. You're easily in the top 5. There are far too many people.
Scrubs. A good pilot should never fear anything.
No hesitation whatsoever. You shoot on in, you know you're within the top 5. You can actually see on your massive monitor the little numbers in the corner. There's approximately, 125 or so racers, and you guys are in like the top 5 right now. So pretty bonkers. You're able to kind of ride this wave and shoot up along the side. We can do the normal popcorn initiative since there's 3 of y'all. If one of you have an idea, I sort of brought this up before, but the little X button that brings the hand. If you have a really good idea, you can go like, ooh, me. Otherwise, we can just popcorn it. Georgiana, if you want someone to go next.
Oh, Kabuto, is the dragon fire breath ready?
Dragonfire breath is armed.
Wait! No, sorry. I wanted to add some hot sauce in it.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Sorry. Would that be crafts?
Hell yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna reuse my fate point. I'm gonna
Not-
use a fate point.
Not great.
I really wanted that hot sauce in there.
We have to beat a 2. So are you going to bring that up to a 3, or are you going to reroll?
I'm gonna bring it up to a 3.
All right, excellent. Well, you said it, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. That's hot sauce. We have hot sauce. Have some hot sauce. I'm just gonna put everything right here. Much easier. 1 free invoke for hot sauce. All right, Kabuto, shifting into dragon mode. We're just fire breathing what's ahead of us to clear the way.
Am I rolling shoot or?
If you're shooting, then yeah, roll shoot. literally as bad as you possibly could have rolled. That's 4 negatives. Would you like to re-roll that with either hot sauce or a fate point or something? Up to you.
Unfortunately, I am allergic to spices.
Oh no! Nora, what have you done?
The kabuto shouldn't have. Look, it's not spice. It's peppers.
I'll re-roll with hot sauce.
Beautiful.
Much
All right.
better.
All right. We go from a -1 to a 4. Absolutely wonderful. Go ahead and use that aspect of the hot sauce. You got some people kind of, they're paying you guys a little bit of mind. You got some folks to the left and to the right. There's someone just up ahead of you, but blazing your flame in the way that you do, you're able to just shoot on ahead forward, and you pass a couple other individuals. I'm gonna go ahead and add a place here, and these aren't invokes. This is what place you guys are in. And I'll just kind of go up and down with this one, and I'll put it with Aldrich magic. So that's where you guys currently are. We'll say you're in 5th place with that. So that definitely shoots you forward as you see the trash around you is beginning to get kind of perilous. More people are like, okay, if they can do it, I can definitely do it. Spartan, no, they can't. You got a whole bunch of people flying on in, and your rear cameras are picking this up wonderfully, and you got people crashing left, right, and center. It is absolutely pathetic, Georgiana. You have no idea how they weren't able to handle that. It's truly quite sad. They were not ready for this race.
I may be cackling like a witch right now.
Perfectly acceptable.
Whenever my turn comes around again, I actually want to add some more to the hot sauce.
Go for it. That was technically round 1, so you can roll craft again. We just need to beat a 2 to apply it, so anything higher than that will give us more aspects. Nara, who's next?
GG.
All right, girl, you got people pulling up to your left and to your right. You don't know if they're focusing on you.
It doesn't really matter. I have another idea. Please tell me it's dumb.
Good.
Okay, oh god, this is stupid.
I'm intrigued.
Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait
know-
to make fun of you.
You know those punchy gloves that just pop out of boxes and just punch you?
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we have 2 of those pop on each side of the Kabuto and just smash everyone right beside us?
Yes.
I'm gonna have a cherry pop for this one.
That's
Okay.
so funny.
I feel that. All right, roll me some shoot. We got our oh my god, we have our extendo fist.
Whoa!
I'm sorry, it's so dumb.
Hey, dumb is good. We went gonzo with this campaign. I like dumb. Things are about to get really dumb, so please
I
buckle
don't
up.
think it fits.
I actually love that you rolled a 6 for that. Because it's so silly. But it really packs a punch.
Oh no, boo!
That's why I picked cherry punch. Come on.
Oh my god. Okay. Also, it's red, so that also works.
Yes, that's it.
Do the fists have those little cherry stems on them or no?
Yes.
Excellent. Honestly, the way I figure it is, you guys do some pretty stupid shit, mainly because you have Aldrich's magic kind of helping to fuel the ship. You also have Naru, who's a wonderful craftsman. You can basically allow the Kabuto to do anything. Your imagination is the limit, mainly because we have this wonderful little engine.
I mean, I say stupid, but like, it's affectionate.
I'm just gonna say I talked you into it at the last minute, and you just installed it, so it's being tested.
I was like, yeah, it's still in the testing phase, but it'll be fine.
Hell yeah.
Laurel, this worked great.
I guess you're right.
Yes, they launch off and they just stick both ships, and one goes hurtling through the trash, and we're not really sure the fate of that one, but we shoot up 2 places, and we're now in 3rd, and we are just hurtling forward, and some people are like, okay, she's getting aggro early on. I see how it is. Kabuto,
Nice shot, Gigi.
Thank you.
what you doing, Kabuto?
I'm gonna shoot some laser beams, laser shots at some people behind us.
Alrighty, go for it. Excellent. Alrighty, with that,
Take that, you dirty racers.
those that are following you have to kind of hang back a bit with a 5. They have to, shoot. As you are indeed shooting them. A lot of people start to kind of pull back, and you guys are doing really solid. The trash around you is starting to culminate into this really horrible mess. The swell's getting larger and larger, and you start to kind of see things wriggling through the trash and kind of moving about. Kabuto, who's next?
Gigi, sensing movement in trash.
Liam, Aldris, at the guns.
All right, guns are manned. Who is next, Kabuto?
Nara,
So you said there's stuff moving around in the trash.
that is correct.
Okay. I would like to send out some.
Worm bait.
My brain is broken. You pause on some for too long, and my brain is just like, buddy once told me. Ugh.
Sorry, I was thinking about how we were supposed to not say what we were doing and just instead like say, oh, well, I'll create an advantage. Okay. I'm going to send out bots with spotlights that hone in on where the bugs are,
Beautiful. All right, we're gonna
so that
spotlight
people
them.
can see them.
That sounds very crafty to me. All right, well, you what? Oh my God,
It-
brain not working.
You done did it.
Done, boy. You got a spotlight with one whole invoke. You're welcome. We need to throw that son of a bitch over there. All right, then now we got a spotlight number 1. That's looking pretty good there. All right, it's the Kabuto or Georgiana next.
Let's go back to Kabuto.
Now that we can see a little better, there are these odd dark green tentacly looking things that are wriggling through the trash and they're pushing their way out, and you can tell they intend to stick to whoever's closest.
Ha! Firing cryo beam to slow them down.
I like that. Would you like that spotlight?
Correct.
Alrighty, as of current, they are not dodging, so that'll bring you up to a 4. And with your cryo beam, Gigi, you are indeed up next. You're able to completely slow them and you kind of freeze them on over. And you don't get them all, but you get a really, really, really fair portion. They won't be attacking you or any of the other pilots, at least for now. Gigi, what you got?
I want the zoomies.
And the zoomies you indeed have. I'll go ahead and put you guys up one more place. You shoot around this other dude as they're also kind of having the same idea you guys have, as they're firing off these worms as well. They're actually taking some out now that they're frozen. They kind of chunk off as this huge chunk of the wave, as it's flowing through space and flowing through space, is pulled up, this just giant frozen chunk. But we can see more wriggling on through. And as we do, we will move on to the next round. And the announcer, ever prevalent, shouts out, as you guys can kind of see around you, there are quite a few of these things, and they vary in size by quite a bit. But up ahead, aka at the end of this round, most likely, we will be out of the trash zone. So, to reiterate, all we have to do is complete our objective and hit the end. The end is impossible to miss. It's basically a Starstream. Once you hit it, you hit like ludicrous speed, and you end up in the next area.
Maniacal laughter.
Suddenly, you see more of these little tentacle beastie boys shoot outward. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on you, Georgiana. If you want to take it, I'm going to invoke these boys, and I'm going to say it's going to jump on your ship, thereby slowing you down, but I'll give you a free fate point if you accept this.
Sure.
Alrighty. And with that, that indeed happens. You guys now have this huge green tentacled beast just like launches out, grabs onto the Kabuto, and begins to slow you all down drastically. So that'll definitely bring us down in terms of place, but it's not just you. Multiple folk are being grabbed. And this would have been much worse had you not frozen them. Now that you're bamboozled, Gigi, you went last. Who's next?
Nar.
All right, large octopus thing is grabbing onto the Kabuto and beginning to slow you guys down and drag you into the trash. Oh, it looks like it's feeding time. How will our racers contend with this one? Nara, what's that?
I want to deploy like a dozen tiny bombs to the tentacles.
Excellent. Are you intending to attack, or are you boosting them for someone to use later?
Please say cook. We need a snack for the rest of this trip, right?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna call the bombs ghost peppers.
Yes, I love that.
So, but you want us to cook them?
Yeah, why not?
Well,
Make them little bastards fear us.
Put them in the air fryer. I want to do damage to them, but only for the Kabuto to scoop up the tentacles afterwards.
Because it's on you, I won't roll in opposition. You just need to beat a 2. And you did. All right, so these are like little ghost pepper bombs that are like latching onto this thing. Okay, cool. It's not going to completely dislodge it, but you're going to do a healthy amount of damage. You're seeing other of these little guys, and when I say little, I mean they're fairly small, maybe the size of a car, latching onto other ships. This one has the entire Kabuto. Only a car. Well, this one has the entire Kabuto grabbed, and grabbed at one point in all of its tentacles. Now, like 3 tentacles, and it writhes out in agony and begins to like spin and pile drive you guys as you start to kind of dip down into the trash.
Do we have a sous chef?
No Sanji just yet. Maybe Liam's a cook. I don't know.
Liam!
Bartholomew's the cook.
Wait, can that be? Oh, never mind.
I'm cool with that. He can be a cook.
Well, because I wanted to know if I had used like one of the invokes, would that have removed them?
Oh, if you want to use the hot sauce?
No, like one of the like Aldrich magics. I guess I could have used hot sauce.
2 more damage would not have. No, you need to do a little more than that.
Okay, then I will not use that. However, I will call Liam as our newly appointed sous chef.
Alrighty, and what are you asking Liam to do?
I want him to slice them up and get them in the kitchen.
Who is next then, Nara? Kabuto or Georgiana?
Kabuto.
All right, Kabuto, whatever you roll, I'll give you a +1 because Liam is helping you. What you got?
Oh, nice.
I know.
I'm gonna launch out, or I'm going to like, you know how BB-8 has like his little like center chest thing pops out, and he has like a little hand.
Mhm.
So a little thing's gonna pop out from the ship, and it's gonna like try cutting the arm off with like a laser cutter.
I like that.
Do me a roll shoot for that.
Sounds very shoot to me. Kabuto doesn't have too many stats, so it's gonna be a lot of shoot. All right, so you definitely can't use hot sauce for that because, well, you know what? We can use hot sauce technically. So you needed to beat a 2. Hot sauce would make it spicier in your cutting if you wish. You can use one of your own fate points as well.
It's
fully up to you.
fiery. It's gonna make it even more hotter to cut through.
Even more hotter.
I think we're going with a food themed session now.
I'm totally cool with that. Would you like to add anything else to that rider? I will say if you do a little more damage, you can remove it.
I guess all just magic.
And with that, we basically turbocharge these laser cutters. You wanted a few to come out, a whole bunch come out, and they just bzz, 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 bzz. And as you guys are just buzzsawing down, about to strike into the trash, you're able to cut all the tentacles off, and this like nub of a body goes hurtling off into space. The Kabuto quickly rights itself, and you guys surf along the trash, jump going to the left and going to the right, but you did not fall in, fortunately. We've lost a few places, but Georgiana, you are indeed up next.
How close are we? It's like a wormhole, right?
Indeed, yes. It's just up ahead.
Can I have the Kabuto poop out a marshmallow net right in the entrance to the wormhole, or are we too far?
You can very much do that. Realistically, you guys are so far up ahead, you can do it at any time and it will affect people. You'll drop it in the most opportune location.
All right, Kabuto, it's time to poop some marshmallow.
All right, we do be pooping though. Excellent. Okay, with that, we'll slow the people down behind us, meaning we're not going to lose any places, so we're going to hold on to 5th. And for this final trash wave, Georgiana, who would you like to go next? All the garbage begins to shudder, and you can hear the announcer getting quite excited. Something off in the distance seems to be approaching. At the end of this round, you guys will be done with this place, though.
Let's see, which one's going to help us boost out of here faster? Kabuto.
As we queue up for the Kabuto, we can see a whole bunch of these I want to say little, but they're not. Octopus beasts lashing onto people. They're getting shot and fired off. Someone had the same idea you guys did. You see all these lasers shoot out from one ship, and it just goes hurtling forward as it's able to completely sashimi one. Any of the little errant tentacles that fell off, Liam's able to kind of connect. This like vacuum shoots out of the Kabuto and like slurp, 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 pulls them in. Hopefully we'll eat good. I don't know if they eat the trash, and if that, is reflected in their tentacles. Who knows? We'll find out.
I send Liam a real quick recipe for calamari.
He'll get started on that. Maybe we have some finger foods in the next couple areas. We'll see. But you see something up ahead near the exit. And it's not necessarily intentionally blocking it, but it's this really large, almost impossible to describe, just amalgamation of creature parts. There's like fins and tentacles and this massive baleen maw that's just sucking up trash. It is huge. It could easily consume any one of these ships, multiple ships in a single bite. Its mouth is just open and it's just like vacuuming up trash and these little tentacled beasts. Kabuto, what do you do?
Logging on to weird sucking thing in front of us.
Shooting the suck boy?
Firing. Oops.
All right. Alrighty. A 1 will merely piss it off. You want to add more to that juice? You're more than welcome to do so.
I'll have Aldous give me a little boost.
All right. With that,
Would a boost be better or a reroll?
mathematically, it could go either way because you roll the -2, so it's up to you. -3, -4, you always want to reroll. -2, it brings it up to a 3. Up to you though.
Is a 3 gonna get rid of it, or?
Yeah, a 3 will do it.
Okay, we'll just stick with that.
Okay, it won't be gone. It'll just be less there. Annoyed, but more annoyed in the sense where it's somewhat distracted, which we want it to be distracted. That's good. So you fire up its port side, and it kind of just like just screams out into space. And then who's next? Nara, Georgiana.
Nara.
This beast is kind of moving towards all of you. It's looking about. It's not looking at you specifically. We gotta get past it though.
We have to get past it.
Oh yeah, it's right next to the portal.
How big is it?
Huge. If it opened its mouth, you would be like a small fish entering a whale.
So it's sucking in everything?
It's sucking in trash. It's sucking in those little boys. If there's ships in the way, oh well.
Obviously, we can't injure it, probably. It would be better to go around it, right?
Correct.
Is there any way I can help Georgiana, like, slingshot around it?
Definitely. I mean, you can go something basic, like boosting the ship. You can use something strange to distract it, which would allow her to shoot past it. Totally up to you. If
What are
wanna
you more confident in, Georgiana?
you can use that spotlight.
To distract it?
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, I think a distraction would work.
All right, I'll distract it.
All right, go ahead and roll me craft. Your little boys are already out there. They're kind of doing their thing.
I make them all turn to face it directly.
Excellent. So they're kind of hitting up a combination of, hey, over here, and also showing off a lot more of those little tentacle boys that are sitting in the trash, pointing at, hey, the food's this way, dum-dum. So with that, Georgiana, that should be enough distraction to get past it. How would you like to do so?
Serpentine patterns.
All right. Are you just going for just going for pilot? Alrighty. And with that spotlight, I'll shoot you guys up one place because with that nice distraction, you're able to kind of bank around this thing, and it's paying you no mind whatsoever. When you shot it, Kabuto, it kind of turned itself to look toward the food that Nara pointed out to it, and then using that distraction, you're able to shoot around Georgiana. You can see a few people have entered before you. That's perfectly fine. As the chumps behind us are stuck in marshmallow, because that is the meta for this game. Make everything sticky, you can't lose. Y'all
You know it.
Hell yeah. Y'all shoot forward, you hit this Starstream, and with a shock and a shake of the Kabuto, we are transported to the next location. We have a couple seconds of downtime as there's wonderful purple lights just kind of shimmering around us, and we're like just shaking. Instantly, we are transported into a very familiar location. We enter the planet of Hamar, which is the large Mosi Stone mining world in which we met Kevin. And on that note, he's going absolutely batshit insane. And you can see, oh no, I forgot her name. Give me a moment.
Remind us who's Kevin?
Doria Warders, the massive KE51N, giant mechanical bird, looks like an
Remember?
ostrich.
Yeah, the robot we had to go after.
Oh, in one of our first missions? Okay.
Indeed. You see the good old boy, KE51N, just kind of losing his shit, and he's wild once again, just kind of being a turd. And you can see Doria in this little ship kind of flying around him, trying to wrangle him back home. And now we have Kevin problems as we are flying through a planet that we've been to before, Hamar. Up on your screen, your mission is to collect a jar of guano from the mining location.
Kabuto, where do I find guano?
They are deep in the mines.
Question for God.
There is no God. No.
Will the Kabuto fit in those mines?
Yeah, we've done it before. This is also where you guys met the gray boy. He kind of ruined down there a little bit. So
Maybe I'll lube up the mine shaft a little bit. It's fine. We'll get out, no problem.
that works too.
Well, lube up the Kabuto because that's less lube.
Just
You're
lube,
right.
Just lube everything.
So sorry. You're so right. I should have been thinking ahead.
We got to think efficiently here.
Yeah.
On the topic of lube, Nari, you might as well go because we already got the idea.
Oh, not bad.
All right, not bad. We'll go ahead and trade a spotlight for lubed, and we'll give that one free invoke. What's lube? The Kabuto? Our surroundings? Who knows? Something is though, and it's going to be effective. That's all we
And
know.
there's a lot of it.
And there's a whole bunch of it. Nara, who's next?
GG.
All right, Gigi, you see good old KE51N. His eyes light up and just like buzzsaw, just bzzz, this laser just rips across the land. And Doria's like, "Come, my little boy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Please stop."
All right. Well, that little sucker needs to stop. And I don't care if it knocks his back a plate.
Alrighty. You will indeed need to get past Kevin before you can enter the mines proper.
I want to shove my face with a whole bunch of marshmallow pops and just blow a huge load at Kevin's face.
There's a better
Ew.
way. Oh my god, that phrasing. Please just roll shoot.
That is absolutely disgusting. I wish that I had not heard that.
All right, unfortunately, you did indeed succeed. We're not going to use the lube because I'm disallowing it, especially for that roll.
Good choice. I really appreciate that, GM, and I'll give you a really good Yelp review.
Excellent. I'm here for you. I'm here for you guys. Alrighty. with that, you're able to just cover Kevin's eyes after he finishes just blasting everywhere with his lasers.
I can hear Melanie laughing through your mic.
She's broken. It's okay. um, you cover his head in this wonderful sticky goo. Is it rainbow marshmallow or is it white marshmallow?
This is absolutely disgusting.
What
But I
flavor?
like it.
What flavor marshmallow are we working with?
I was picturing white, but rainbow's better.
Okay, that's a little more appropriate. Alrighty, the boy is sticking up, and you guys get a wave from Doria of like, "Oh, hello again, thank you, thank you." You see many people on the floor also thanking you guys. Kabuto, while Gigi is just completely broken, what say you?
I don't know if our pilot can drive anymore. She is laughing too much.
It's on auto, definitely on autopilot.
Turning on autopilot.
So we're trying to find some what again?
We're trying to enter the mines and collect guano.
Can I
can help with
scan
that.
for guano?
Scan for guano, and then I'll scoop it up.
So you do know you need to enter the mines first. It's going to be relatively deep.
Entering mines.
Yeah, so we're naturally flying towards there. Oh my god, babe. Are you good?
What? I think that it's so funny. I think
Injecting
it's funnier
Gigi
because she's
with-
funny.
A sedative.
Daniel just knocked her out. She's like, shut up!
Just put a pillow on her head.
Are there people near us?
There's people everywhere. If you want to boost the Kabuto, hinder them. Like I said, anything you guys do will affect your place. And will also, I mean, you can boost the Kabuto. We're lubed, apparently. So you can do something else with the Kabuto. You can, like, prep guns or something, or prep, like, flamethrowers, whatever you want to do.
My sides hurt.
You've been laughing for, like, 5 minutes straight, yeah.
That's a good workout, though.
It is.
I wanna drop a bunch of mines behind us.
Okay.
So whoever's
Yeah, hell
behind
yeah.
us hits them.
Yeah, roll shoot, definitely. All right, excellent. Just needed to beat a 2. We rolled a 3. So we're going to go ahead and postpone anyone passing you guys. We're able to pass by good old Kevin as he's just losing his absolute damn mind. And we're going to head into the mines. Along with some other folk, unfortunately. Just a few people ahead of us. Kabuto, who'd you like to be next as we're entering the mines? Lights are turned on. There's someone that's just like throwing a rave. Their ship is shooting out all these rainbow colors, which is helping us. It's a little distracting, but at least we can see.
I choose Nara, who is not laughing currently.
We're getting the back guano, right?
Yes, we are indeed looking for guano. We are now in the cave, so scanning would be appropriate now if you wish.
So I would like for the Kabuto to scan for the guano and scoop some up with a net.
Go ahead and roll. You can roll hack or craft realistically, just because we're scanning. So I'll leave that up to you.
I'll do hack for scanning.
Sure thing.
All
All right, we do need to beat a 2, so you can do one of 2 things. You can, of course, use a fate point, or you can succeed at a minor cost. Up to you.
What's the minor cost?
I'm going to obviously suggest lowering your guys' place, but you guys can always suggest something. Basically, it'll take you a little bit longer. You need to slow the Kabuto down just a wee bit, but you will get your location.
How we feeling about moving back a place?
Can I just focus on piloting
Yeah,
as,
I mean,
as my turn to not take a disadvantage?
if you spend a turn to pilot and do it well, I can either have you guys remain even or, boost ahead on forward. But remember, we're always shooting forward. We're always going the max reasonable speed.
Yeah, I'll succeed at a minor cost.
Okay, cool. So I'll knock you guys back a place, but just one place because we dropped some mines a second ago to slow people down. And with that, we have a good old poo scan. And that's just a basic success. So Georgiana, you sound like you already know what you want to do. So I'll let you go ahead and roll. All right, we only had to slow down a little bit. I was actually going to increase this difficulty by 1 and say you needed to beat a 3, but you rolled a 5 and did indeed do so. So we'll actually bring you back to 4th place. We're going to hold even. We got people slowing down. Kabuto, you're just up next. So Kabuto, while you're thinking, our scans reveal that it's deeper in the cave, but we know approximately where they are. There's not much life down here. We have to be a little bit careful not to bump into the people that are, still working. So no one's really shooting each other. We're all trying to remain, within our own little spheres currently.
Launching, grabbing arms.
We're not that close.
Shit.
We know where it is.
Miscalculated.
We're not there yet.
So we're getting close to the fungus.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wasn't there something in these mines?
I can't remember. There's like alien or bug things, weren't there?
There's definitely bug things. It's also where you guys met the gray boy, but he's definitely gone by now.
I don't care about Gray Boy. I'm more interested in the aliens.
Scanning for bug nest.
Is that
I
creating
don't know
it?
what to roll for that.
It's just roll shoot. She'll have a. I didn't stand up the Kabuto entirely because we don't need to use her too often.
It's fine. I will roll.
She'd have a +3 on that. We'll add. I'll just call it enemy scan, and this will just let us know like ahead of time before the enemy decides to attack. Funny, we would say that because moving
No, I just
on.
want to know. I want to know where they are for something else that I want to do.
Most definitely. The walls are starting to close on in for you guys, and the Kabuto is very quick, but she's also a little larger than some of these other ships. They're pretty easily able to get through here. Georgiana, you're a fantastic pilot, but the one downside is you can't pilot through locations that are physically too small. So if anyone wants to,
Like all the way too small, or could I use my barnstormer to fit in places I theoretically shouldn't be able to fit?
so you're always using that. We're always storming barns. You are, for the Kabuto, for how small this is becoming, theoretically impossible, but you're able to get through this. There are some areas, though, some shortcut-like areas, one might say, that if you guys were to, boom, 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 make it a bit easier for you to get through, you're more than welcome to do that, or keep going as you are. Totally up to you.
Can I activate Kabuto's drill mode with my watermelon pops?
Yes.
I shall do this. What do I roll? Pilot?
You can roll pilot or shoot. I'll say you need to beat a 3 on this one, but it'll get us nice. Okay. So we'll hold our place at 4, but we've broken through the enemy lines, and something else because we're all kind of sharing fate points in a way. I will give a fate point to basically whoever's at the lowest. You guys were all at 3, so I gave it to Georgiana because she's piloting. But going forward, if I invoke anything, I'm just gonna throw it to whoever has the least amount of points. Definitely feel free to use what you can. With that though, Georgiana, you're able to blast on through, and the drill is set and ready to go. We can, with your amazing piloting skills, get through these smaller cracks, and you got some people around you that are like, oh, quite genius, actually. But the walls are starting to shake. With our scan, that indeed reveals there are some night crawlers, but they're not really large enough for us to worry about too much. If we are in our mechs, that might be somewhat of a worry, but there are definitely some other predators down here that are probably consuming said night crawlers. And your scans reveal, Kabuto, that the bugs are close, and taking the shortcut, we're about to be much closer to said predator. It is a large flying beast of some variety. Gigi, who's next?
Kabuto.
All right, Kabuto, what you got?
Fortunately for us, Ryder took some pheromones last time we were here. I am going to deploy pheromones behind us so the bugs will attack whatever is following us, aka the other
you know?
ships.
Kabuto, I love you.
Good one.
Thank you.
All right, I definitely like that. If you want to make it more potent, you can spend a fate point, and I'll have the bugs like full on sit back there if you'd like.
Yes.
All right, well,
And I want to use my enemy scan.
sure thing. So that'll bring you up from a 1 + 4 to a 5. All right, perfect. I'll do you double on this one. I'll add 1 to poo scan. I'll keep us at 4. But the bugs are going to become erratic and violent and begin jumping everywhere, slowing down folk behind us. The bugs aren't too big, but they're big enough to be annoying. Like I mentioned, some people brought some smaller ships. We got the bigger ships, so we don't look quite as appetizing. As we shoot on forward, this predator that's luring in the shadows will be active in just a moment. Nara, what say you?
Sorry, I just saw that. I just saw that said poo scan.
You're welcome.
All right, could you re-explain the situation really quick? Like, dumb it down for me.
We are drilling down into the crust through the mines.
To get the poop.
We're getting the poo, yeah. And we're
Can
on the way.
I make the drill more effective?
You very much can, yeah. That sounds like crafts to me. Alrighty, we need 1 more to actually get there. Technically, lubed can do it.
I was gonna say lube gears.
Yeah, I'll take that. So we'll trade 1 for 1 basically, and we'll just call it power drill. So we already have a drill, but now it's power drill. This boy is going nuts. I'll keep enemy scan for now, but realistically, we basically know where the enemy is. You guys break out into a large area. The poo scan fully activates, and we know exactly where it is. It's at the bottom.
Bing, 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 bing.
Precisely, it's at the bottom of this huge cavernous zone. Shouldn't be too hard to get, except we hear 1 or 2 things shifting in the shadows. and it flies just up ahead, not initially looking at us, but it will definitely be annoying. And
Giant
just
bat.
a massive 3-headed bat, huge, long, giraffe-like neck, massive, scaled, clawed wings. It's not currently focused on you guys, but we should probably try to keep it that way. Nara, you were indeed the one to go last. These massive bat beasts, multi-headed bat beasts are flapping about, ready to pluck you guys out of the sky. And yes, to clarify, they are indeed large enough to tear your ship to shreds. So, with the three of you at the top of the order, here is your offer. We know where the poo is, because a certain someone fired off a bug pheromone and distracted both the bats and the bugs. You guys will have one chance. It'll be difficult, as in the challenge level will be a bit higher, around 4 or 5. So, depending on what we do, you guys can swoop down and grab the poo right now, take a decent lead. If we fail, we're going to put ourselves in danger. So entirely up to you.
So this is it's a bat, right? With ears of a bat.
Indeed, they're very bat-like. If I say
So-
bat, whatever you think of when you hear bat, yes.
Okay, so we are going to have a dance party, a very loud dance party,
Excellent. So
a
we're at the-
rave, if you will.
Oh, I like that. We're at the top of the order. Nara, you get to decide who goes next. You can choose yourself if you want.
Well, I would like to boost the speakers for somebody else to roll for the noise.
Okay. So to be super clear, any of you realistically, I mean, Georgiana's obviously at the helm, but a certain someone is literally playing the Kabuto. We'll basically need to culminate this into a big roll of something. So whoever the third person that rolls is going to need to roll really, really well. So if two of you
Who's
need
playing the Kabuto?
you. So
Oh,
either
shit.
all right, either you or Georgiana are going to be third, and you need to roll really, really well. So Nara, whatever you do is going to buff the person going last. Georgiana has the highest pilot skill, so it's probably best if she does it, just to be clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But-
yeah. So I'm gonna craft to boost the speakers then.
Sure, go for it. You just need to beat a 2. All right, we got to bring the noise.
And then Kabuto next, I guess.
All right, Kabuto. Nara is preparing some loud-ass sounds. Fortunately, one of the enemy ships is already kind of doing the whole strobe light thing, so that's going on.
What's in front of us?
In front of you is a massive open cavern. At the very bottom of this cavern is the guano, and these bat things are flying about.
Wait, is he rolling to make the noise distraction or is he rolling to get the guano?
Nara already rolled for noise. He can roll to buff or something. The last roll is going to be to grab the guano and get the hell out of here.
I guess supercharge the boosters to kind of make a quick in and out.
Sure. You can just roll me pilot for that one. That works. Nice. All right, we boost. And Georgiana, you can tell boosters are primed. Sound is primed. What do you do? All right, you get to boosting. Were you using the noise in the booster?
I'm going to bring the noise. Oh, yeah, I guess we boost. Poo scan.
To be clear, you need to beat a 5. So 7, that's good.
I want you to do better than that.
Okay. That's 11.
How many more points do I got to go to shoot in front of someone?
So with this, you guys are going to take the lead, bring attention to yourselves, obviously, and shoot up ahead. It depends on how far do you want to be. I'll ask you, Georgiana, do you want to be in second, third, or really close to first place?
I'm going to use a fade point to make it my favorite number, 13.
Jesus, all right. Does that mean you want to be in first place?
You bet, baby.
Alrighty, go ahead and do that, and I'll push you guys up into first place, meaning people want to get to you now, but that's okay. Because we want to win. Alrighty, and with that, Georgiana, you're able to swoop down. As you guys mentioned, the little arms activate on the Kabuto. They scoop up the guano. They shove it into a jar. You can see on your screen a giant check mark basically saying, hey, you done did it. And now that you're down low, you can see that there's some sort of cave or something. There's an alcove. And at the end of the alcove, you can see the Starstream, in which you can enter. And you're the first person to do so, Georgiana. You've somewhat gained the attention of some of the other drivers, only because, well, you flew ahead so quickly. And with that, you shoot on in. The Kabuto shudders and shakes. And we're launched off into another, somewhat familiar view. Being the first ones here, we have that advantage going for us, so use it while you still can. Obviously, we still have Poo Scan, which is maybe somewhat relevant here. I don't know. We have Power Drill. So the drill's still activated. That's good. But as we exit the Starstream, All around us, we see a noxious fume just building up, and you see red land for as far as the eye can see. The planet looks as if it's made of some sort of, or at least the floor looks as if it's made of some sort of organic material. And you can see things like shaking and shuddering as you guys blast off and begin to fly across this new surface. Welcome back to Rod.
Oh, great.
Your job here is to collect one unbroken pod sample. Having gone last, Georgiana, who's up next?
Who would update the scan from poo to pod?
Either of them can.
Poo pod?
Who pod scan?
Poo pod scan?
Kabuto.
All right, we're the first ones here. This shouldn't be too hard. It is far away, but like I said, we're the first here, so you just need to beat a 2.
Scanning for poo pod scan.
Just shoot her.
Shoot's fine, yeah. Her shoot and scan are basically the same thing.
Fuck.
Can I use the poo scan?
You can. It'll change to pod scan, but it'll be at 0 free invokes. But at least the scan will be active. You want to do that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we'll change it from poo, because honestly, like I said, this place is already kind of poo. There's definitely some poo around it, but we don't know if that's exactly where we need to go. So it's going to have 0 free invokes, but we have a general direction in which to go. Kabuto turns and blasts off in that direction. Kabuto, who's next?
Nara.
The planet is instantly reacting to you guys. You know, last time you were here, you were attacked just because you shouldn't be here. So being on the defensive would benefit you.
Can I boost our defenses then?
Most definitely. How'd you like to do that?
Can I put up shields?
Go for it.
Ooh.
Oh, that's literally as bad as it gets.
All right, I'm just gonna re-roll that with a fate point.
Okay. It's there.
Oh! Did that roll even worse?
No. So you rolled as worst as possible on your first roll. That rolled slightly better, but still garbage. You rolled -4 in your first roll. You went from
Can
a -1 to a 0.
Can I use?
Sister Dearest, do not go buy a lottery ticket right now.
Can I use Aldrich magic
Sure.
to make it a 2?
Yes.
So at least I succeeded on minor cost.
Indeed. I will, instead of lowering your place, it's going to have shield with 1 free invoke. So that's going to begin to kind of do its thing. I'm going to give you guys 1 physical stress for having to stay around in this area for just a little too long.
Okay.
It begins to kind of bite into the shields, but we should be relatively safe here. And Georgiana, after we've taken this unfortunate slight slowdown, we know where we need to go. What say you? You see some people are shooting out behind you, and they're trying to get their bearings.
You said the planet is trying to bite us?
Not currently, but it might.
I want to cool mint and attempt to give this planet frostbite. Like, apparently I still have frostbite.
Okay. Anywhere in particular, or are you just shooting the ground to agitate it?
Just everywhere, trailing after me, whatever.
Go for it. I'll say the effect of this one, it'll basically piss the planet off, and anyone behind you is going to have to deal with this nonsense. Okay. It's going to
Oh my god.
super piss off the planet, basically.
Sharing the frostbite, baby.
It ain't having that. Instantly, you see those same like tentacle-like things shoot out of these massive like flesh sacks. A lot of the other ones open up and tear open. So you see some other pods kind of shake and split open, spilling their juices. And these winged beasts kind of shake off their wings and begin flying upward, looking towards you guys, but seeing people behind you now that you guys have kind of jetted off. Some go to follow you, but the majority of them follow the laggers. All right, Georgiana, you can choose who's next, so think of that. I am going to dole out a fate point. Yes, indeed, there are bugs, but you are in first. People don't want you to be in first. So you're going to have some ships chasing you guys down in particular. If we accept this invoke, I'll give a fate point to Nara.
Sure.
Alrighty. So who is next, Georgiana?
Nara.
All right, Nara, what you got? Your scanners tell you that you guys are indeed being followed by both bug and ship.
Both bug and ship.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a preference to?
I'm leaning towards let's grab the pod and go.
That's kind of what I'm feeling like doing. So, does the Kabuto need to be the one to grab the pod?
One of you are going to need to roll something when we get nearby to grab it delicately.
All right.
It'll take about a round or two to get there, depending on how quickly you guys want to jet, or depending on how much you guys want to screw with your surroundings. Totally up to you.
I will create a boost for the grabbing
All
of
right.
the pod.
Sure. So you're basically prepping the
Soft
grabbing hands. Yeah. Okay. Go for it. Ooh. Oh, there it
That's
is.
super soft.
Hell yeah. All right. That's going to give it 3 free invokes because you succeed with style, and you have so much style to spare.
Nice.
All right. Who's next?
Kabuto.
So I'm going to use the grabby hands to grab the stuff.
What a shock.
So there's nothing to grab just yet. We're still flying through Rod.
Maybe it would be better if I sent it to Georgiana to get a boost, so that it could be used again for the
Realistically,
Caputo.
you guys have another round or so to get there. So the copter is flying full tilt toward this location. Scanning more wouldn't hurt. You get you guys there quicker. Dealing with enemies around you wouldn't hurt either. Anything you guys want to do to boost Bane, whatever you want to do.
You said there's some people behind us?
Yep.
I'll just shoot at them.
Go for it. You're in a good position, so you got to beat a 2 with a 4. You're able to fend them off fairly decently. They're probably going to return fire, though, as they're weaving in and out of these bugs and such. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Georgiana, Capita opens fire. You guys are in a really swell position. What say thee?
I just want to boost closer to the pod.
We'll say we stay even. Since you're doing that, I'm going to have you do an overcome roll, Georgiana. It was going to be a bit higher since you're being followed by so much. I'm going to say you need to beat I say you need to beat a 3 due to the enemy firing at you and these bugs attempting to get you. You're having to fly through using your amazing skill. This is not your turn.
No, fly through. I'm going to power drill through, babe.
Excellent.
Skewer.
Alrighty. You need to beat a 3, so go ahead and roll me pilot. These massive hairy trees are kind of jutting outward. So you don't actually have to use the power drill if you don't want to, as you did indeed succeed, but we can just use the normal drill. No need to waste that nice invoke. You're being fired upon, but take no damage, fortunately. The enemy is behind, but they're getting closer. The pod scan is coming up with something just up ahead. At the end of this turn, we should indeed be at the area. There's a massive acid lake, and around this acid lake are these little pods that the hands should be large enough to grab onto, but we'll need to be incredibly careful as their exterior is similar to, what's that inner part of an egg? That really, like the membrane? It's like a very thin version of that. So it's full of juice. You barely handle it the wrong way, it'll pop in your hands, possibly melting them. We have no idea what's in this thing. So at the end of this round, we'll indeed be there. So Georgiana, who's next?
Can I nominate myself again?
Of course you can. What you doing?
Can I alter the hands so that when it scoops it up, it puts it into like a bubble of extra cushion?
Sure. So do you want to basically make this bubble?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Go for it. What would you want to roll for that, though?
I guess shoot.
Okay. Oh, what kind of lollipop are we using for that?
Bubble gum, baby.
All right. We'll make a new invoke for that. You seem to beat a 2. Hey, we super beat it. Okay. We'll call this the gum sack. It's a little sack made of gum that can hold our little boy when we get it. Nice. They'll have 2 free invokes. So if you can find another weird way to use it in the future, you have the ability to do so. All right, Georgiana. Gum sack created. Who's next?
Are we going to get there 1 turn or 2 turns?
The beginning of the next round will be there.
Kabuto.
All right, Kabuto, what you got?
Okay, so there's some enemies behind us, and then next turn we're gonna get to the pods, right?
Correct. There's a massive acid lake up ahead. There's a whole bunch of these trees that are kind of overhanging.
I'm gonna shoot some cryo beams at it to try to nullify the acid.
All right, we can definitely do that. With how far we are and a shoot, you're gonna need to beat a 3. All right, we got a 2. Would you like to use a fate point to bring that to a 4?
I can use Aldrich magic, right?
You can, but you only have 2 left. Do you want to use it for this? Because you can get
No,
fate
I'm
points.
fine.
Yeah. So are you using yours?
No,
or no?
I'll just not succeed. That's good.
Okay. So you fire off, and unfortunately, you guys are a little too far, so the ice does not make it. Nara, what do you do?
How far away are we from the sack, the
Mm.
pod?
Once your turn is over, we will be there.
Can I prep another boost, maybe, for the
So-
grabbing?
So for reference, we have the soft hands and the gum sack for grabbing. You can add more to the shield if you want. You can add to the pod scan, which we don't really need the pod scan.
Nah.
We don't really need the drill too much. We can probably use it for something fun.
Mm.
But we do need the hands. We have 3 free invokes, which is a lot. And we have 2 free
That is a
invokes
lot, actually.
for the gum. So whatever she rolls,
right.
she has both soft hands and gum sack.
I'm going to boost our defenses.
Okay. I say shield is universal. You just got to beat a 2 on that one.
Well, doesn't matter. I do guess I guess I do have a fate point.
Do you want to do that?
I could.
Go ahead and save it.
Yeah, all right, I'll save it.
Alrighty, sounds
We're
good.
coasting is what we're doing and
Yeah.
hoping nothing bad happens.
We're getting there. We're getting there. At the end of the round, Georgiana, once again, you are being fired upon. Please roll me pilot to dodge. You need to beat a 3 again. Nice. All right, with a 5, once again, avoid all damage. The bugs and various things that have been released from the crust of this planet seem to be holding people back pretty well, and you guys are still holding on to your first place. Now, finally, upon reaching this massive acid bath, we can see we're going to have to completely stop, as I said. Very delicate. A whole bunch of little jelly boys are placed at a pretty decent span away from each other, all along this acid lake. Who wishes to go in first?
I will. I just want to pilot, but I'm gonna do it. Like
Are you going in cautiously, like evasive maneuvers?
how many pods are there?
Oh, there's a whole bunch. Now, there definitely aren't enough for everybody, so this is going to be well, at least at this lake specifically, this will be a cutoff point for some drivers.
Okay. I want to pick one that is safe by itself, but nearby others that I can, accidentally crash into and destroy on my way to it.
So are you flying close cautiously, or...
I mean, if I'm attempting to damage other pods, it's not particularly cautious.
So then you're zipping in quickly to basically say, this is mine, and then find a way to ruin the others, be close enough to do that?
Yeah, in fact, if I can get Kabuto to splash some acid at others, that'd be great too.
Okay, honestly, just roll me pilot, and we'll say this is an attack. You just need to beat a 2, and then for every 1 you beat over 2, you'll kill that many eggs around the area. All right, so you roll a 5.
I will drill and fate point.
Oh, you're going to nuke a whole bunch of them?
Yes!
All right, then we'll go ahead and nuke the drill, use a fate point, and that brings you up to 9. Okay, cool. So that's going to be 7 pods in the area that you just completely dispatch. While you're doing this, though, the acid lake instantly reacts, and a massive segmented worm bursts forth, shooting acid everywhere. Being as close as you are, I'll give you, I will say, Georgiana, since you are indeed the pilot, go ahead and roll me to dodge this. You need to beat a 4. Alrighty. You're not going to take damage equivalent to the separation. You'll just take 2 shifts of damage as some acid hits the outside of our ship.
Me or Kabuto?
The Kabuto does. Not a big deal. You're able to dodge most of it, but this giant beast shoots forth with a scream, and it echoes throughout Rod. Its head is fanned in these massive segmented claws, and it's clicking and clicking and looking. And since you're the only one here, it indeed sees you. You guys are stationed above your little gummy sack. Who would you like to go next?
Kabuto.
Are we grabbing or doing something else?
Grab, please. We gotta go.
Excuse me. I will grab the pods.
All right, roll me pilot for that. We need to beat a 5.
I beat a 5.
You did. You rolled a 6. You don't even need the soft hands or gummy sack.
Maybe I want to use my soft hands.
Yeah,
I always wanted to have soft hands.
if he uses both, can we pick up 2 just in case one explodes on the way there?
Sure. All right, so you guys are able to very easily, since you have the time, grab 1, grab 2. They're both stationed inside the gummy sack, and they're kind of just chilling, so in case you guys lose one along the way, you'll have a backup. And they are indeed 100% very, very, very fragile. You see a bunch of ships coming up behind as you guys had to completely stop here, and you guys are going real quick. You're still in first, as you guys are the only ones that have it, and most ships here are like, oh shit, there aren't enough for us. There's nowhere near enough for us. Someone, and when I say someone, I mean a small group of 5, instantly shoot off to the west. They're going to look for another one hopefully nearby, but they completely just gave them don't have time for it. They don't want to fight over this. Nara, you guys are surrounded by enemy ships. You do know that since you're in first, you're going to draw the ire of some of them, and you have this massive beast in front of you. Just up ahead some ways is the portal, but we don't know exactly where it is. It hasn't revealed itself just yet.
The monster's ahead of us and the people are behind us?
You guys are at the edge of a lake, and at the center of the lake is this massive segmented worm. It's screaming that you smashed its babies.
Well, maybe it shouldn't have put them in our way.
Good point. What do you do?
Gigi, I must say, I am having fun in this race.
Glad to hear it.
Good to know Nara doesn't count as a companion. Typical.
Nara, you are doing excellent.
How close are the people are to us?
You're effectively surrounded, but they are both torn between should we shoot this person or should we grab the few sacks that remain?
How big is the worm?
Huge. It can swallow you guys in a single bite.
I'm sensing a theme. Can we latch on to any of the other ships and sling them around?
It'll be a little risky, but you definitely can. I'll roll against
Yeah.
you on that one, so it's up to you.
Yeah, I kind of want to try slinging some of the enemies into the mouth of the worm.
Sure. I'll go ahead and roll your craft, and I will contest that roll.
I'd like to use a fate point to add to.
Ted 2, sure. And with that, you guys are able to kind of shoot up, keeping your boys safe where they need to be. And you loop one, it slams into this huge worm. It takes no time whatsoever. It grabs on to their ship and just rips it in half, and it explodes with no chance whatsoever to defend itself. You all being surrounded, GG, I will once again ask you to beat a 4 on pilot before the round starts. Excellent, we rolled a 5. Able to avoid that wrath. So as we're waiting, it takes approximately an extra second or so, but we can see the acid near the base of this worm begin to shimmer with a star-like substance. And you can see that if you fly directly into that, it'll bring you to the next area.
I fly directly at it.
You want to take the lead here?
No fear.
Alrighty. Oh, okay. Let's say this is going to be relatively difficult. So we need to get it in one shot due to being shot at, big worm, all this extra nonsense. You need to beat a 5, and you rolled a 2. Now you do have your shield. Anything defensive will help.
I'll invoke shield, and can I use the gum sack to like slap it on Kabuto's butt?
Sorry, what?
Can I put the gum sack on Kabuto's butt as like shielding, extra shielding?
So currently the pods are inside the gum sack.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait, but I have an extra invoke.
Correct, yes. That was for, we spent it to grab the other one. So do you want to sacrifice one?
No, I'll use a favor.
So you guys are leaving with 2. You guys are monsters.
I'm gonna win this, damn it.
I don't blame you. Alrighty. Taking 2 pods, having destroyed 7, I think it was, you guys are able to shoot past this massive worm, and it dives for all of you. Seeing that you're about to leave, everyone's like, oh, no. And you are shot at multiple times. You're able to weave between all of them, though. The bugs almost pay you guys no mind. This huge worm smashes down into the acid, causing it to splash and potentially get on some of the other racers, but we're not here to see it, as we have moved on. And now we have a nice,
Perfect.
relaxing moment. The miasma sort of passes by and washes away and over from the ship. Stars are streaming around us. We can take a second to look out the windows, and it's actually quite beautiful. We are still in first place. We're still doing pretty good. Kabuto's barely even taken a scratch.
So where did we go after this? Mechanical world?
And with this, we pop out. It looks like a mechanical world, but it indeed is not. Suddenly, your ship shifts and kind of halts, and all your momentum stops suddenly. It doesn't damage the ship, but you guys are kind of, shaken up a wee bit. Anyone who's not belted down probably just got a face full of whatever's in front of them. You see Meek just slide across the tile.
Meek, hold on to your hats.
He does a little Meek roll and kind of bounces off the wall with a little squeaky noise.
Ghost also rolls by.
Of course, maybe he uses Ghost as like a bumper.
Bartholomew. Bark.
He too slides. All the animals are all over the place. They're very fluffy. They just had a bath, so they're fur lubricated. I don't know. They got that
Is
slide.
everybody all right?
You can indeed see that everyone is fine. And looking around, you guys are actually in La Rianca, which is the massive metal stone planet that's hollowed out. It's a shopping district. You guys have been here before a couple times. It's where you guys bought the drugs and where you had to deal with the big old blue man that was like super strong. Across your monitor, you receive 2 things. Number 1, do not damage anything while you're here. And you need to buy some quote unquote sweets. Once you have, you may leave.
We have to buy sweets.
Everyone is looking at your ship like, where the hell did you just come from?
We have to buy sweets.
Kabuto, run a scan on Sweet Store.
Running scan for sweets.
Go for it. All right, sweet scan. I'll go ahead and shift it from the other to sweet scan. This might need a little more juice to tell us exactly where it is. You're not sure if it wants literal sweets or the drugs from last time, but that's entirely up to you guys to decide. Nara, what say you?
So the Kabuto has run the scans.
Mm-hmm. You guys are in a shopping district. There's enough room for you to fly around, as this is pretty normal.
All right, I want one bot to grab the sweets and the other bot to automatically dispense money.
All right. Go ahead and roll crafts to prepare said bot. Very nice. We'll call this one Merchant Bot. We'll give it 1 free invoke. Alrighty. And with that, once we do locate the sweets, we have a bot that is ready to do business. We don't know precisely where it is. After a few seconds, you see a couple people like whoop, 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 pop behind. When I say a couple, I only mean 2 come through with their sack. You guys are seemingly fine. And Nara, you can poke who goes next unless someone has a good idea. They seem just as lost as you guys are.
GG.
All right, what you got, Gigi?
Can I use my report to double check the best suites in the area?
100% yes. Because of this, you just need to beat a 1.
Actually, would it be rapport or networking?
Either. Networking makes more sense, but whichever one you want to roll. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna add 2 free invokes to Sweet Scan.
Gigi knows where all the sweets are.
Indeed. Not only that, you're able to make a connection with a certain someone that you've made a connection with before, Gigi, and they got what you need. In fact, you're able to squeeze out of them that maybe they were placed here specifically for this race, but you still got to pay for it.
We love to help the economy.
Indeed. It's a fair chunk from where we are now. Unfortunately, Larianka is not meant to be raced through, and you guys can't damage anything on your way there. So, we have Nara and Kabuto. The Kabuto whips about and begins heading to that location immediately. The people that just popped out of the portal are going to follow suit as they begin to look around. A few more people pop out. Gigi, who's next? Kabuto or Nara?
Kabuto.
All right, what you got?
So we're flying to the candy shop.
Indeed. We have to do our best to purchase candy, or sweets, quote unquote, and not hurt anything.
I see ships behind me, correct?
Indeed.
Locking on to shoot EMP blast to shut them down.
Alrighty.
Boom.
Already. You fire that off and they are not able to defend themselves at all with a 0 against a 4. You completely neutralize one of them, and the other one pulls back quite a bit, allowing you guys to hold onto your first place position. Nara, what do you got?
Well, I'll give Georgiana a boost.
All right, what are we buffing?
How about deft maneuvering?
Oh, okay.
Nope. Useless. All right, Gigi, I'm sorry. I'm not going to waste my fate point.
That's all right. I also only have 1 left.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And on that note, suddenly, a whole bunch of floating cars are going to pull up in front of you guys' ship to distract you because, is that the Kabuto?
Are they cops or are cars or cops?
They're fans. Do you accept this invoke?
Loud and proud. Yes, I do.
All right, that's going straight to you, Gigi, for obvious reasons. So that's very much going to slow you guys down. Would you like to handle this now, Gigi?
Can I? Can I shoot a firework that spells out my name?
You very much can, yeah. It's going to be very dangerous, though, in this area. You'll need to beat a 3. It's not damage anything.
Even if I shoot it up high?
This area is real tight. Yep.
Loud and proud, here we go.
The dice disagree. Would you like to do something to assist that?
A 0?
Oh, magic.
Okay.
And I'll use my fate point.
Okay. So reroll first, just in case you get it with the reroll. So you might not need to use the fate point. There. Okay, cool. With just the magic, you rolled a 4 and beat it, so you can keep your fate point. And with that, people are like, "Oh, Gigi, wait. So is this not the Kabuto, or is she going to be over there? Not 100% sure. Yeah, sure." So a lot of people kind of move out of the way of like, "Oh, maybe she's doing signings, or I don't know." People are confused.
Yes.
It's definitely very odd. And in general, you guys still have a hit on your head, and no one's taking you down, and your name is starting to kind of travel through the pipeline. So yeah, just a wee bit. For Nara, you don't notice any major issues, but something doesn't necessarily look right on the Kabuto right now. As you guys are traveling through the streets, it might require your deft hand to fix. If you accept this invoke, I'll give you a fate point.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Alrighty. You just need to beat a 2. Just some crafting. Just gotta fix it. It's something on the inside. Nothing's technically broken, but we need to make sure we're working. Oh, alrighty.
Woo!
That's a 5. So since you beat this with deft hands,
I honestly, I think that I rolled so well because I was like, absolutely, I will do something ridiculous outside of what I'm supposed to be doing.
but 100%. So that will be your turn. You needed to beat 2. You got a 5, so you beat it with style. What kind of boost would you like?
Oh man. What would be most useful in this particular setting?
I would say since we can make it like real generic. Since you're currently tinkering with the Kabuto, it can be like a tinker boost. So anything you need to do that would require tinkering or messing with like tech, I say since you're already in the system, we'll boost that a little bit. Would that make sense?
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
cool. All right. We'll throw that out there, and this is for you specifically, so I'll just kind of put it at the bottom of the list. The N stands for Nara. N boost. All right,
And
Kabuto.
boost.
Kabuto, what you got? Hey, Buto.
Well, I mean, we're still headed to the candy shack, right?
Yep, naturally, you guys are always headed to the candy shack.
Do I see anybody else behind us?
There's always people going to be behind you guys, always.
Okay, I'll shoot another EMP.
Alrighty. Fire away. Alrighty, this time, it seems
Well, I thought I rolled good.
it seems they're prepared.
Mm.
And they're not going to take the place from you guys as they can't really go too fast, but they are indeed catching up, and so are a few others. After all this nonsense, we have indeed arrived. If we want to use the merchant bot to dispense with the good stuff, we very much can. So I would probably say Nara would be next if you guys want to do that. We have arrived.
Sure.
So hovering above the area, Nara, you may indeed do your thing.
That would be with crafts, right?
So that's definitely up to you. We have the mechanical merchant bot, so he's programmed to, speak properly, give money, do the thing. You're going to need to beat a 4 to do this from the Kabuto.
Okay. My hacking is higher, but I feel like I always roll lower with my hack.
You can roll hack, it definitely makes sense, but that's entirely up to you.
I'm just gonna stick with crafts.
Okay.
Oh.
It seems
Well.
you've chosen correctly. All right, and with that, you
Perfect.
rolled a 6. We don't even need to use the free invoke from the merchant bot, but we still have him. He pops on down. You guys do have to pause for about a moment, and kind of does his thing, trades the cash, gets the sweets, checks around the corner. No one's watching, no space cops. Cool, we're set. Dude jumps on up back into the Kabuto, and we have indeed procured the sweets. On your map, an anomaly is marked, just up ahead. Nara, who's next?
Let's go with Gigi.
This anomaly, is it typical of the next portal?
Indeed.
I will immediately head. Head towards it.
Alrighty. The other ships, seeing you guys kind of pull down here, are like, well, this must be the location, so everyone kind of does their thing.
Hang on. If I went stealth mode, is it too late?
Not necessarily, no. Well, what's your intention?
I want to obscure where the candy was.
Sure. I would say you can just roll pilot for this, because that would be fine. I'll say you need to... They were right behind you. They were literally right behind you. So I'd say you need to beat...
I really think I should have done this earlier.
That's fine. So I'll say with doing this, you need to beat 4, and they won't know where you are.
And that's pilot for that?
Yeah. I'll say you turned a corner like way too tight. Hey, a 5. Perfect. Okay. We had some boosts that could help, but we don't need them. And with that, they're further behind. Maybe you take a turn way too tight, Georgiana. And they follow, and the Kabuto's not there. What the hell? So we'll say you went before Nara. You did that. They're lost. You guys move to the location, pick up the goods, and now it's the Kabuto's turn. What you got?
You said we just picked up the candy?
Yes.
And we are in stealth mode.
Is this where everybody picks up the candy?
Presumably, yeah.
If they're smart.
I'm gonna drop a trap smoke bomb, so if anybody lands in this general area, a bunch of smoke missiles shoot up and kind of clogs their peripherals so they can't really see.
Sure. I'll say with that one, you need to beat a 3, make sure it's safe, and you go and roll and shoot. All right, we need one more. Realistically, we can use the sweet scan because it let us get there quicker. You want to use that?
Yeah.
All right, that'll bring you up to a 5, which is a success, and a smoke bomb has indeed been dropped. Now that you guys are in position, you have your stuff, we have traps set, people are moving on in. You guys are still definitely in first place, but more and more ships are starting to arrive. You guys can tell by looking at the little tracker, there's only about 40 or so ships left in this race. People who
Wow.
Yeah, that last area got pretty bad, as there weren't enough egg sacs to move forward. If you don't have the egg sac, you don't get to move forward. The slipstream will not accept you, so right into the acid they went. No cheating.
Damn, they just die?
Possibly, I don't know. Maybe they had a clone somewhere else and they're not dead. They just go darn.
Oh my god.
Or they were a pilot. Hey, this is an important race, so they know what's on the line. Alrighty, but just up ahead, your guys' map lets you know that this slipstream is positioned directly above the authorities.
I'm invisible. What do I care?
You are indeed invisible for now. They are prepped and ready. So Kabuto having gone last, who's next?
JJ?
Can I extend the invisible?
You can, yes. And I can add it as an official aspect and not just a quick overcome.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure. We'll say it's the same thing.
I do have black licorice pops for invisibility, by the way.
Sure, yeah.
So it isn't just Kabuto's natural capabilities.
Yeah. Do you want full stealth?
Yes.
Okay, I'll say need to be to 4 then.
Pilot or shoot?
Pilot's fine. And to 6. All right. So we are actually stealthed. All right, we got that good shit. Kabuto goes into stealth mode. Georgiana, who's next? Just around the corner is our end goal.
Do I have to be the one to pilot towards it?
It's naturally going that way. If you guys want to take, so I'll let you know. If on your turn you want to be the one to do it, obviously the less you guys prepare, the further you are away, the higher the number is going to be. The closer you can get, the lower the number gets because it's easier. If you just want to like straight shoot for it, it'll just be harder. But you can do it at basically any time.
So we're not very close yet?
You're relatively close. If you were to do it now, it'd be like a 5 or a 6 to overcome it, just because that's a long straight shoot. You'll be there in a second. If you want to do something to distract the authorities, you guys turn around the corner. You're indeed stealth, but they're already looking for you, and you know they can see through stealth once you get close.
So the scene is that Gigi is piloting towards the end goal,
Mm-hmm.
and
we're invisible, and
Yep.
there's cops in the way.
Yep, whole bunch
there's
of
cops on the way.
We got space fuzz in the way. You know that when you get close, they will definitely, no matter you stealth or not, they're definitely going to see you. So if you want to do anything to distract them, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, can I hack into their... Did they have like speed guns or something?
Oh yeah, they got all that nonsense. You want to like screw with their stuff?
Well,
Go for it.
I want something else to show up on the scan on their
Sure.
scanners.
Yeah, we'll do an overcome hack roll. I'll say go for B to 3.
Super sale at the donut shop.
Nice. Alrighty. So we will say they're indeed temporarily distracted as you begin to kind of hack into their nonsense. And yeah, maybe there's a sale. They got extra glazed donuts. Like, oh, some of them are like, oh man, this shift has gone on for way too long.
Oh my god.
There's no way the racers are coming this way. I might just kind of,
Come on.
I might just kind of
step out for a sec.
Yeah, you guys hold my spot. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. What's the worst that can happen?
He's like, hold my spot, and then Gigi's like, zoom as we go past.
Indeed. All right, Kabuto, you got anything?
How many cops are left?
Whole bunch. Enough to be a problem. This is their station, their place of operations.
I could probably use like a ease of movement buff, honestly.
I'm gonna launch 2 drones, and I'm gonna have them kind of like make a ruckus, so they think that they go after those instead of us.
Sure. I'll say another shoot. Go ahead and beat a 3. And if this succeeds, it'll lower, donuts plus being confused. We got a 4. This will definitely lower what we need to get by a considerable amount. All right, you guys aren't being shot at. There's no crazy shit going on. Georgiana, if you want to take the initiative and hop on in, you just got to beat a 3. That's it. You can shoot right for it. Alrighty, and with a 5, Georgiana, you just like whoop, and plow right on through them. As the guy is turning of like, I'm gonna get some donuts. I'm gonna get some donuts. You just like zoom over this dude and he just peels out like, what? Your little robot's bouncing around, just making an absolute mess and making a fool of these guys. And they're kind of turning about. 2 of them bump into each other like, oh, it went that way. Like that's definitely their ship, right? No, dum-dum, the other way. And you guys just fly past, you hit the threshold, and you can tell by your scanners that people are probably gonna take the advantage of whatever y'all did, because it was pretty easy to see. There's people cheering the race on now. You guys didn't damage anything, so good job. You can tell that almost no one's damaging things, so no one's being kicked out of the race for that. People are cheering. Definitely things have slowed down a wee bit, but there are a number of ships behind you. Moving on in, though, we come to an area that we've not necessarily seen before. Past the Starstream, into somewhere new. But we arrive, and all around us, we are instantly surrounded in battle, plopped straight in the center of a war. On one side, you see your traditional space saucer UFOs, and they're firing green beams, little lasers, and like retractor beams and such at Squint for a moment. Is that what I think it is? Indeed. We see a bunch of somehow operable mechanical dinosaurs also flying around in space, and they are just going nuts. There's a stegosaurus shooting lasers out of its butt at one of these like spaceships, and it explodes. Like little aliens go everywhere, and there's a T-Rex that uses those baby little arms that extend and grab onto one of the UFOs. The UFO spins and rips his arms off, and he's like, rah! So there's all these dinosaurs and UFOs just beating the shit out of each other, and you guys are just plopped right in the middle, and it pauses for a second as they all go to look at you, but they're too busy killing each other, so they kind of go back to that.
This reminds me of one of the movies that Ryder used to watch.
So I was about to say, is this an actual war or a movie?
You're not sure, but you know the danger is real.
Oh man.
Maybe you guys all conked out.
Wait,
And you left.
what's the movie, Kabuto?
Searching deep space.
You left the Sci-Fi Channel on a little too long. Got one of those classic sci-fis. Ooh, buddy, it's a sci-fi original. Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, and
Aliens vs. Cyber Dinos, Volume 3.
how? Oh, dude,
He watched it 2 times.
I'm a fan of
Wow,
Volume 3.
twice. Must have been good.
Volume 3 is solid.
It is the best of the threequel.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, your mission here, as you can see displayed on your map, is you need to collect a satellite from either side of the war. And by satellite, you guys can tell there is one large base to the left and one large base to the right. You need to fly deep into enemy lines, capture this satellite, rip it off whatever massive structure they have, and bring it with you.
Which side looks scarier?
What are you more scared of, OG aliens or mecha dinosaurs?
I mean, I'm kind of all about dinos.
All right.
Okay, if I take the satellite, it's going to affect the war, right?
Correct. So whichever one you take, it's going to definitely affect their communications. It is either
I vote dinosaurs, so we're going for the alien one.
All right. Nara or Kabuto, do either of you have an idea we can jump into on this?
How far away is it?
It's a fair distance away. You're going to have to fly through enemy lines like directly to get there.
I feel like this one we're going to need to prioritize defensive and shields.
All I can imagine is like like Moses parting the Red Sea.
It's about to be a Red Sea.
Yeah.
I think you mean a green sea.
Depends the
it a
color of their
green
blood,
sea?
yeah.
So we have to go through the lines, correct? In order to
Yes.
get to the satellite.
Correct. And you know you like straight up, obviously you guys are like stealth for now, but that probably won't last very long. You do know that the second you get too close, they're going to just start going nuts. They're going to assume you're on the other side and go nuts. Defensive maneuvers would not be a bad idea.
Well, let me try revitalizing the shield that we had before.
Sure, we'll replace the sweet scan with that.
Well,
Ooh, okay, we gotta, as per usual, gotta beat a 2.
pretty rough.
You can use your boost if you want, your Tinker boost.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alrighty, we'll go ahead and trade that in. We'll go back to our shield barrier with 1 free invoke. Alrighty, shield erected. We're still stealth. We're moving in slowly. So the Kabuto is going to move slowly and undetected until we say otherwise, then it's going to jet on in. Kabuto, what you got? So you guys tell me as a group whether they're going in hot or we're going in slow and steady.
While you're thinking, I have an idea. This is actually for Nara. Can I set a quick camera up on Ghost and have Ghost like do cute little meows and Nara can
Gross.
Nara can shit.
Hack into their the aliens' communication and just like put Ghost on their screens?
Yeah, I'll do that. Absolutely.
Did I make a request? Could you like take the Neon Cat video and just replace it with Ghost?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. It'll be a war-wide broadcast.
Beautiful. Alrighty, well, Kabuto first.
Are we going in quiet or are we trying to...
Well, if the Ghost successfully distracts them, we can go a little faster. Other than that, yeah, quiet. I think it's probably safest.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot some EMPs out just to disable some that are in our way.
Go for it. Considering you have them unawares, I would say with a 3, that's going to definitely do a little bit of damage. And because you guys are like right in the middle, they're probably going to think it didn't come from you. It came from the dinos. So there's no reason to aim for you folk. And as you guys kind of take in your surroundings and set things up, a few more people arrive behind you. And the entire war stops again to look at them and then goes back to killing each other. Also, the scanner on the Kabuto seems to sense something else in the distance that's quickly approaching, but could be anything, realistically. Nara, you have your cat idea?
Yes.
All right. This sounds like we're going to Hacktown. So tell me how much damage you're trying to cause. Are you trying to hit a whole bunch of them or a few? Obviously, they'll change the
A whole
difficulty.
bunch.
Okay.
A whole bunch.
If you want to hit a lot of them, I would say roll hack and probably beat a 4 if we're going to get a lot.
I will use a fate point
Alrighty. With
to
that,
make it a 5.
we have a 5, and I won't add an invoke, but we'll just say the enemy is like horribly distracted. And you can tell because the dinos start doing work on them. One of the, like a Triceratops jumps on one with its front legs and 2 with its back legs. It like shoots spikes through them and like surfs through them through space and like rams into another one. And then his like horns shoot off and skewer another. They're completely distracted, and he just absolutely pummels them. No one can
Love it.
currently see you guys, but you're doing pretty solid so far. Adding to this carnage is definitely a plus, but some folk are taking a bit of a lead. It's hard to tell who's in first here because obviously there's two sides to go to, and well, there's just some general nonsense going on. Kabuto or Georgiana? What are you guys planning?
Well, now they're distracted. I want to drive.
All right, you want to just zoom me on forward?
I hesitate.
As to not be noticed at all, are you trying to like zoom in quick or just normal zoom?
How long does Nara think the distraction will last?
Not long.
It's a big distraction, so a fair amount of time, a round or two.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it's a big distraction, but it won't last forever.
Then
Yeah.
I want to go for it. I want to zoomy.
Okay, then with that, I think you need to beat a 4, but you'll get far. You can use stealth. You can use fate point. They'll bring you to 4. If you beat it, of course, you're fine. If you tie it, you can beat it with a minor consequence.
I'll burn stealth and a fate point.
So stealth is still active. That brings you up to a 6. So you're not seen, and you're actually able to shoot forward pretty far. Realistically, Kabuto, what do you got? Stealth is wearing off, and her shields are minimal, but still existent.
I guess I'll just keep on trying to deactivate some with EMP blasts.
All right, get to shooting. Still a 3, I believe. All right, we got to beat a 3. If you want to add to that, you can. You can succeed with a minor consequence. Up to you.
Nah.
And with that, we'll shift on over to the next round. We can see many racers are deciding, you know what? We don't know where the Kabuto is. Maybe they're dead. Who knows? Throw caution to the wind. You got people flying into both sides. It's creating more and more just crazy havoc, chaos. And you guys see a T-Rex that, like, it looks like he's doing work as he, like, pulls his tail off, turns into a big old drill, and he, like, cuts one of them in half. It looks pretty dope. But then he pauses for a second and ends up kind of flying alongside you guys. Shouldn't be able to see you. And just off to the side, Georgiana, you can see that whatever that thing that was flying towards you apparently has arrived, but you don't necessarily see where it is, when suddenly, not a few moments later, this silvery liquid begins to pour out of the gears and all the various divots and such in this giant mechanized dino, and you see this like silver and black ichor just oozing out of it as the metal plates begin to disjoint and crack and bend outward, and suddenly it just bursts forth and explodes, and all this material just begins to float in space in these like small specks of like oil or whatever was causing it to run and lubricate this machine, along with this like silver liquid. And the silver liquid kind of spikes out a bit, shudders, and then begins to form into the assassin that is now
I was really hoping it wasn't the assassin.
floating just by you guys. We don't got time for this. It's angry.
No, we don't.
And it's looking right at you. You can tell it can see you.
Gigi, my scanners are picking up the Lazarin assassin.
Yep. I guess Ryder failed to destroy it.
The first thing it's going to do, it's not a fan of your stealth and would like to see you, so it's going to just completely strip that, as it had no free invokes anyway. And you can be seen, but so can every other racer, so this is more just like rubbing salt in the wound of like, okay, you know, good luck anyway. It is very clearly focusing on just you. The announcer is just like, another racer has seemingly entered the ring? Interesting, let's see how things play out.
That's not a racer, you moron!
Not having any idea who this is. I'm like, oh, cool, new form, why not? Anyway, going back to what we were doing. You see many racers are throwing caution to the wind, and they're technically ahead of you guys. They haven't grabbed it, but they also might just kind of die due to circumstances. Kabuto, who's next?
Nara.
All right, Nara, what you got?
All right.
Can you give me a boost, please?
Yeah, I'll give Georgiana a boost.
And by me, I mean Kabuto.
Oh, like mean the piloting?
Yeah, like a speed boost.
Yeah, I'll nitro whatever again.
Sure. Roll me craft.
Well,
All right, we just need one more. If you want to sacrifice the merchant bot, we can do that.
I'll sacrifice the merchant bot.
All right, he gives you a final bow as his last order of service, where using his parts to somehow
Good.
boost. Somehow we're able to reconvene him into nitrous. We're not going to ask how. We're not going to ask why. Nara, who's next?
I guess Gigi.
All right, G, what do?
We're getting out of here. I will use that boost.
All right, it brings us up to a 6, which will indeed bring us in very, very close proximity to the satellite. Lozman Assassin is staying neck and neck with you guys, refusing to fall behind. Kabuto, what say you?
I'm gonna try to shoot at it to like get it to go away.
Go for it. All right, a 1 will
Yep.
not be enough. We fire away, and the assassin is seemingly undeterred by this, Georgiana, it's going to turn into a massive discus and just fling itself at you, attempting to cut the Kabuto in twain. This is not your action, but please roll to overcome. You need to beat a 4. And with a 5, it narrowly misses. It just barely scuffs the outside of your shield.
Perfect.
All right, Kabuto, who is next? We're in the area. The satellite's right next to us.
GG.
What should I roll to grab the satellite?
You tell me how you're grabbing it. Let me know. It's fairly large, so it's going to take some hefting to get off.
Does it have to be working?
No, in fact, it's going to be broken when you remove it. So it needs to look like the satellite still, so you can't turn it into dust. But
I guess I'll slow down a little just to make sure I don't like totally destroy it.
okay,
And then I want to use soft hands to grab it.
alrighty.
Although I guess I wish they were kind of hard hands.
Currently, we have soft hands. We can maybe change them later. I would say pilot makes sense for trying to move on in and Kuryoink. Alrighty, and you want to use soft hands for that?
Yeah.
All right. Upon using soft hands, you realize this thing needs to be loosened first. The soft hands they're grabbed onto it and they're kind of yanking and pulling, but it is firmly in place. Like it's not going anywhere. So it needs to be somehow detached first. But we now know that. And we now know that everyone else has to also contend with this problem. Who's next? You have enemies swarming around you. Things are about to get really bad in terms of damage.
I would like to use my watermelon pop to turn the hands into a chainsaw.
Okay, we can do that next round, but definitely prep that. So do you, Nara or Copper, to do next assist with
Nara.
that? All right.
Can I boost?
What are you boosting?
Whatever Georgiana's doing.
Okay. We can say boost cannons. Why not?
Boost cannons.
Yeah.
Or actually, would it be more helpful to create shields?
We have one shield, so it's up to you. We can add more to the shield, or we can create a boost for the cannons. Defending
You know
yourself
what?
is...
I think we need the shields because of the liquid guy.
I'll attempt to make shields.
Go for it. All right, we'll add 1 to the shield boost. And Kabuto, what say they?
Homie's still chasing us, right?
He is not letting you go. He's going to follow.
How close are we to the satellite?
You're on it. GG basically grabbed it with soft hands, realized it didn't do anything, and had to back up a wee bit so you all don't get shot, but you are in range easily. It is firmly in place, though.
I guess I'll just shoot some EMPs at him.
Okay, try to slow him down again.
Nope.
All right, unfortunately, the dice are not agreeing today. You can see in the distance, other racers are also trying to steal this exact same satellite from us. They're also shooting, but they're just barely missing. A few people hit like the side of it. You can tell that this thing is firmly in place. It's going to take a couple shots to actually fully remove it, or one well-placed shot. Georgiana, go ahead and roll me 2 pilot overcome rolls, a 5 and a 4. Alrighty. The 4, so we need to beat a 4. If you want to add shield to that, you can, and it will completely null all damage. Up to you.
All right.
Again, the Lizard Assassin fires off huge metallic spikes at you that miss and instead impale some aliens behind you. Said aliens are also now shooting at you, seeing as you're trying to take their communication. That will not do. But let's rewind ever so slightly. Let's rewind to about a week ago. Mr. Ryder, you told your friends to go ahead, did you not?
I did indeed.
Alrighty. Well, Wiley issued you a challenge, and you took it. We plunge deep into his base. And as he said, it's going off. You see various ships leaving as you enter. So they are in emergency evacuation. And you don't know where he is. You know he's deep within this base. And on the way there, more mechanoid beings attempt to stop you, but fortunately you've dealt with this nonsense before, and you're able to beat most of them back. You're fairly damaged, but you'll be fine. And moving in deeper and deeper and deeper with your mech, it takes you definitely some time, maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes of searching, but you're dedicated, Ryder. And eventually, you find a weaseled away area in which we think Wiley might have placed his brain, his core. It is sealed in a massive metal box that is somewhat bent. This is probably a room. When I say massive, I mean huge, to the point where this was most likely like a black box or a safe room that literally broke its way free of this base because it's falling apart. You can see other chunks of rooms and such floating through. You see people, you see other mechs, there's all this nonsense. It's carnage. What do you do?
So the room that has this black box is completely intact,
It's banged up a bit, but this has got to be it. It sticks out.
but everything else is pretty messed up.
Oh yeah, it's bad here.
I'm gonna fly in and try to open that box.
Alrighty. using the might of your mech. Takes you a second. Once you get your fingers in there, you're able to just like stretch and just like rip this thing open, and the metal bends and bends. And you're met with a room. You cannot fully fit in here, but you could definitely reach your arm in, and as it's indeed meant for someone human-sized. But deep within this room, you see a massive, glowing glass cylinder, and it's
You said
green light.
room?
It's a room that's meant for a person, yes. There's no way your mech can fit inside, but you could reach inside if you wanted. If you rolled into a ball, you'd probably fit inside.
Did I jump out of my mech and get in there?
Very much so, yeah. This green light,
I'm gonna do that.
you suit up and everything?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And as you kind of kick off from your mech and you float on in, the green light from this massive cylinder illuminates the walls, and the green light's already kind of flickering. It's definitely starting to take a hit. And you hear a voice echo out through the room of, "I didn't think you were brave enough to take me on, Ryder. You actually found me.
Of course I found you. I told you I'd kill you.
Well, are you going to follow through?"
You think I came back in here not to follow through, Wiley? Do you know who you're messing with? I think you do know who you're messing with, because, you know, your whole base is falling apart. I destroyed all your robots. I destroyed you and your weird little clone army. I mean, let's be real. This was never going to end well for you.
I would admit, you and your team were wonderful samples. So much more potent than I could have possibly imagined. I can't imagine where you get your strength.
You know, just magic.
Well, it seems I'll never get to know. Shame, really. Shame.
What do I see in this room?
It looked like one of his offices, very similar to the first one you walked into. The back part of the room is a massive half cylinder made of glass, and indeed, his brain is floating in it. The glass is illuminated by this sickly green light that's illuminating the walls.
Well, Mr. Brain Wiley, you know how this is going to end.
He speaks up again, the lights flicker. Indeed, indeed. Do you have any more wise words for me, Ryder? Or are you going to do me in?
Well, you know, I mean, you're just the first of the captains, as you could say, of your little corporation that we're taking down. So, you know, probably the easiest, probably not. Who knows? But, you know,
You hear more explosions in the distance.
I'm gonna like walk up to the tank and like start putting like little like C4 charges on it.
The room buckles a bit from the outside. Something struck it.
So was this all worth it, Wiley?
Honestly, no. I wanted to see, but I could have possibly brought all of this. I wasn't done. My perfect being was one step away from, well, no need to wax lyrical about it. You are correct. I'm going to die here. This is the end for me.
You know robots can never be perfect. They always have their flaws
I know.
because humans make them.
Correct. I like that. It makes it more fun. There's always one more flaw to find and always one more thing to fix. I call it perfection for fun, if you will.
I'm gonna pull out my badass sword. I'm gonna see if I can stab right through the thing into the brain.
With that sword, the brain's floating quite a bit in, so you'd have to cut into the glass and like jump at it, but yeah, you could.
Okay. So the charges that I put on there are like laser charges, so it's gonna cut like a good chunk of the glass off.
Excellent. And do you activate those?
Yeah, I activate it.
They cut the glass quite easily, and all the liquids begin to flow out. And you see the brain and all the nervous system that's dangling down from it kind of begin to flow towards this hole.
You know, I like taking heads normally, Wiley, but you know, your brain will do. Not taking it, but you know, slicing it in half.
whatever seems to satisfy you in your final moments, Ryder.
You mean your final moments, and then I just like, and I just like slice it in half.
Excellent. It doesn't make it all the way to the hole, but you blew a large enough area for yourself that you could kind of half jump in and just get it. And you do. You slice it right in half. The nervous system sparks out one more time and kind of sends a jolt throughout all the liquids that are flowing out here. You hear more explosions and bending and twisting of metal coming from the outside. Alarms have been blaring and going off this entire time.
I'm gonna rocket boot back into my mech.
As you turn to go back to your mech, you can see that it is currently covered in Wily bots, and they are doing their absolute best to tear it apart.
Well, that's lovely. Is the hole where I jump in, is it covered by bots?
Oh yeah, they're like piling in, if anything, to like ruin the inside of your mech.
I'm gonna press on my gauntlet to activate my mech to kind of make him start swatting the shit off.
Begins to just like rip off the metal. You can see from a distance they are in full auto mode. They're only only mission, like you rip one in half and its top half lashes back on, and it's just punching metal completely pointlessly. They are fully brainless right now and just doing what they can to destroy your mech.
I'm gonna try to help defend and start shooting at them with my rifle.
All right, as you begin to move in and shoot and cut your way through them, more begin to jump towards you. And we discussed before, they're not made of the best materials, so you're able to take some down pretty easy. And over the intercoms, you once again hear another voice that says, "Do not bother attempting to respond, as this is a recording. I thought I would leave you with one final thing, whoever you are. And I tip my hat to you. Truly impressive. But this would be your final moments. Anyone here?" Yes. I apologize to my workers if you have not evacuated as of yet, but that includes you. Will not be able to escape. All will be turned off, and it will detonate, sending all of you into stardust. Have a good day, yes? And it turns off.
Even in death, he's annoying. Love it.
And with that, various bits in this room begin to explode and erupt, and you are slammed with shrapnel. You are seemingly becoming overwhelmed by these robots. What do you decide to do, Ryder?
Try as I might to get back into my mech.
As you jump back to your mech, another explosion goes off, rocking your mech, flipping you and sending you flying, and you kind of, your back slams up against the back, and all the shrapnel unfortunately shoots on in as one of the mechs bends and twists as you kind of like, you're trying to get them out and close the door, but its body contorts and a huge hunk of metal comes hurling towards your head. You're able to turn your head away, but not perfectly in time, and this massive hunk of serrated steel cuts into your helmet and slashes into your eye, and you begin bleeding profusely.
Fuck that! Fuck, that hurt! That hurt really bad! Ah! Am I able to shut the door on my mech now?
After you kick the corpse out, yeah.
Okay, I kicked the corpse out.
All right, you do that. You're able to close it. They're still on the outside, ripping away wires and such that they have no business touching, but you are indeed alone inside your mech now.
I'm gonna try to find an exit as fast as possible.
All right, as you begin boosting outward, you realize not 5 seconds later that a line was cut, and instantly every critical energy, siphoned out, drained, backups reserved, drained. Half of your display just cuts out on you. All you see is just cautions and critical alerts over and over and over, just popping up on every screen.
Mac, listen here. The one time I need you to work is right now. You've gotten us out of worse times than this. Just hold it together long enough, please.
All right, it attempts to push forward, but as I said, power off, reserves off. You only have maybe a few minutes left, and you kind of kick off from a chunk of this.
I'm going to push full thrusters to the exit.
You don't even know where the exit is, but you try to push yourself as far away as you possibly can from this current location. You don't know how large the blast is going to be, but you made it sound like it'd be inescapable. And you kick off and just begin to float in space.
Am I still in the base right now?
The base is everywhere. It's cracked apart. You can kind of look around.
Like I'm surrounded by like base parts and stuff, right?
Yeah. You just recently cut through a really, really tight, like you're not sure if you still have the right arm of your mech, honestly. It's difficult to tell, probably, but almost all the sensors are off, and your actual window pointing outside the mech is not too efficient as of current, so it's difficult to tell which body parts you still have.
I'm gonna push a button on my mech, like as it's jettisoning, and I'm gonna send out a message to Kabuto if Kabuto can get it. It's gonna be like a little. It's gonna shoot out of my mech after I say it.
You know that basically all of your final energies will have to go into this, basically.
I'm just gonna send a message to Kabuto, be like, "Well, guys, I did it. Wiley's dead. Cut his brain in half.
Oh my god.
I chopped his head off, like I always do. So
Very on brand.
Just like I always do. Ryder always gets his bounty. So, yep, you guys were great. Best crew in the galaxy for the best bounty hunter. Don't worry, I fought till I could. Ryder out.
All right, as you attempt to send this out, you wait a healthy moment, hoping that it's going to reach the Kabuto. You're not sure when Wiley's threat's going to follow through, but you're able to float through space for a while. And as you do, your mech stops for a moment, and you can see a sort of shimmer just outside your window. And the shimmer warbles a bit, and suddenly a gray hand and a leg and a full body comes through. And the figure looks about, sees your mech, and floats towards you. And it doesn't have a mouth to speak, but you can feel it telepathically communicating with you, Ryder. And it says, "Apologies. Aldris called for us, but we were distracted. I see we are too late. Are you still alive, Ryder?"
Yeah, just hanging in there, trying to, not die in this big explosion.
"Apologies again. We did promise we would help. Allow me to offer you this." And as he offers his hand out to you, he touches your mech, and you can feel everything just turn inside out for a moment. You don't know what dying feels like, but this might be it. You're not really sure. You don't know what being born feels like, but this also might be it. It's just a wonderful cacophony of feelings and sounds and everything all at once. And you feel blackness as if you're suspended for a moment. And then you fast forward a week. Gigi, Nara, and Aldris, as you guys are trying to pry this stupid satellite off this this giant metal saucer, you see a shimmer off in the distance. And this shimmer warbles and begins to rip open approximately the size of a mech that we're all quite familiar with, and come tumbling through with just an extra little bump of energy from our friend as he is mounted on the back of your mech, Ryder, finding whatever way he can with the energy he brought with him to give you power for as long as your mech will hold together. And from the outside, Nara and Georgiana, Ryder's mech has definitely seen better days.
Oh my god.
Ryder? Ryder, is that you?
What
Hey
an
guys,
entrance.
I killed Wiley.
Congrats, but Mr. Liquid is back.
Well, get on in here, boss.
Also, I need a medevac.
I send my bots out in emergency evac.
I can just swoop over to him as we're on the way out.
Do we have time to do that? Will that mess anything up?
Not necessarily. He's close by, but with the gray boy tried his absolute best to drop him nearby. Ryder, this is a lot of information for you to suddenly pull in. You see robot dinosaurs. You see this is almost like your favorite movie just playing out in front of you. What a sight to behold. And as you're taking it in, we'll go ahead and pause there and finish this wonderful race next time.